Hello, grade 9 students. In this session, we're going to continue with genetics part 3 and with this week 26. Let's review together what the meaning of the dominant allele and the recessive allele. We said that the dominant allele is the one that is expressed in both homozygous and heterozygous state. That's why it's usually symbolized by a capital letter. So here, homozygous meaning that it's pure, while the heterozygous it's the hybrid. Homozygous meaning you have two identical alleles, while heterozygous we have two different alleles. Whereas the recessive allele is the weak allele. It can't be expressed unless in the case of homozygous. It can be expressed unless with another weak allele that's usually symbolized by a small letter. We said the genotype like BB, BG, GG, AB, AC, and so on. They are the set of genes and their alleles. However, the phenotype is the observed trait. For example, black hair, brown eyes, green eyes. Let's say we have attached ear or free load. All of them, they are traits that you can observe it. Or like the blood group, for example, the level of thinking, all of them, they are traits. So these are called the phenotype. So pay attention here to this application. For these equations, we have to solve each of the following questions. What can you deduce from this cross? What is the type of this cross? Designate by symbols, essential factorial analysis, and our other first factorial analysis. Problem 1. Pay attention to these words in the question and be ready. I'm going to ask you some question about it. So here first, they said we have a pure male black mouse. What the meaning of pure? What do you think, Alex? Pure. What the meaning of pure? It's what?
Yes.
Yes, pure. It means what? Which word other than pure we can use it? Pure. It means that we have
We
homozygous,
can use like, let's say
homozygous or
mon.
heterozygous.
Yeah.
Pure. It's homozygous or heterozygous.
uh, hetero.
No,
Wait, no.
pure, it's the
Homo.
homozygous. Two identical alleles. Okay? Then, thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
Is crossed with a pure female white mouse. So here also the female is pure and it's white. All of the F1 generation, they are black. So first of all, you have to know this. First, all the F1 generation or the first generation, they are black. So what can you deduce from this cross? So you have to deduce after crossing a pure male black mouse with a pure female white. So both of them, they are pure. And in the F1, we get all of them, they are black. Which allele is the dominant and which allele is the recessive? Yes, Kalam.
Since like all F1 generation obtained the black skin
Dash.
color, which just like one of their parents, then we
Excellent.
deduce that the black allele is the dominant one over the
Okay,
white allele.
which is recessive. Excellent. So Kalam said that since all the F1 generation, they are black, like one of the parents, so the black allele is dominant over the white allele, which is recessive. So what is the type of this cross? Here the parents, they are pure. The parents, they are pure and they differ in only one trait, which is the color of the skin, the color of the coat. So this is called a monohybrid cross. The parents are pure and they differ in only one trait. So this is called a monohybrid cross. Parents are pure and they differ in only one trait. So here we solve the first part. What we deduce from this cross? Since all the F1 they are black, like one of the parents, so the black allele is dominant over the white allele, which is recessive. What is the type of this cross? It's a monohybrid. Why? Parents are pure and they differ in only one trait. So always and always, when the parents are pure and they differ in only one trait, so this is called a monohybrid cross. Designate by symbols, you have to say let B capital be the symbol of the black allele, which is dominant over the white allele, which is recessive, and let W small be the symbol of the white allele, which is with the white recessive allele with respect to the normal dominant allele, which is the dominant allele, which is the black. Part 4. They said perform the essential factorial analysis to verify the results. So whenever we finish, we have to write, therefore, the results are verified. Let's start step by step. First, let's solve the first questions. So since all F1, as Karam said, like one of the parents, so the black allele is dominant over the white, which is recessive. What is the type of this cross? It's a monohybrid cross, since the parents are pure and they differ in only one trait, which is the color. Part 3, designate by symbols. Here you can study this way. You can study the way and you only change the color. For example, in the quiz, they are white and blue. So you said, since all of them, they are blue, let's say like one of the parents, then the blue is dominant over the white, for example. So here you can study the way and you can memorize the way and you can change only the symbols and the traits. So B is the symbol of the black dominant and W is the symbol of the white, which is recessive. Let's move to the steps of factorial analysis. Let's remember together the steps of the factorial analysis. First, you have to write the phenotype of the parents. Second, you have to write the genotype of the parents. Third, you have to write the gametes, either in percentage if they ask for, or in proportion if they ask for proportion. Number 4, table of cross. Number 5, table of results. So let's start with the part 4. Part 4, they need factorial analysis. First, as we said, we have to start with the phenotype. Okay, so you have to study the steps. You don't have to write 1, 2, 3, 4. So simply you have to know that. First one is the phenotype. Male, they are black and they are crossed with the female, cross with X, female that are white, and you have to put the symbol of the female. Genotype, they said that the parents, they are pure. So the genotype should be homozygous. And we gave the symbol for the black, which is BB. So it's going to be black, B capital, B capital. Crossed with the white, which is recessive. So it should be W small, and this is the symbol of female. Gametes. Here are the gametes. We have B capital, B capital. So here, how many different type of gametes we can get? It's only one type, which is what? Which is the B capital. So we put it in the symbol of the male, and this is B, and here it is 100%. Okay, so here it's 100% crossed with WW. So the WW, it's 100% W, 100%. So here we finish the phenotype, then we finish the genotype, then we move to the gametes of symbol gamma. Now we have to write the table of cross. Sure, the table of cross should be drawn using a pencil. If it's not in a pencil, I'm going to cross it, and should be filled using a pen. The table of cross, what do we have to do is the following. We have to draw it, the table, and we have to divide it into male and female. So here, the male and female. So what are the gametes for the male? They are B, 100%, and the W small, it's 100%. So both of them, they are B capital, W small, 100%. How did we get 100%? It's 100 times 100 over 100. So it's 100%. This is the table of cross. So last step, it's the table of results. Table of results. So in the table of results, we have to put genotype and phenotype. So table of results, we have to put geno and pheno, genotype and phenotype. So genotype and phenotype. So in the genotype, here we have to put the phenotype. So in the genotype, what do we have? We have BW, B capital, W small, and they are 100%. And the black is dominant over the white, which is recessive. So the black is going to dominate over the white. So 100%, they will be what? They will be black. And they told us to verify the results. What do we have to do? We have to say, therefore, results are verified. Therefore, results are verified. So this is part 4. We did part 4. Results are verified. So part 4 is almost done. And here is the genotype of the F1 generation. So the F1, what do they have? They have BW. Moving for part 5. What do you want in part 5? They want us in part 5 to perform the essential factorial analysis here to predict. They didn't say to verify. So you don't have to say therefore the results are verified. To predict the results obtained upon crossing two F1 individual. Who can tell me what do we call the cross between F1 and another F1? What do we call the cross? Hadi Fadlallah. Whenever we cross F1 with another F1, so we're crossing F1 with itself. What do we call this cross? Yes, Hadi Fadlallah. What do we call the cross? Hadi Fadlallah, can you hear me? Hadi Fadlallah, hello, it's me. Hadi Fadlallah. Okay, I'm going to pay. Sarah Khalifi, what do you think? What do we call this cross? When we cross F1 with F1.
Self-cross.
Very good. When we cross F1 with F1, this is called the self cross. Thank you, Sarah. So this is called a self cross when we cross F1 with F1. So here, let's try this together. So F1 with F1, we are doing a self cross since we are crossing F1 with itself. So first, the steps of the factorial analysis phenotype. First, we have the phenotype of the parents. So both the male and the female, they're going to be black, like the F1. So the phenotype, black for the male and the black for the female. Since both F1, they are black. Cross with the black also for the female. Pay attention, these steps are very important during the factorial analysis. If you, for example, change the order of these steps, your mark is going to be cancelled. So either you got the whole mark or you didn't. So you have to pay attention. Phenotype, then the second step is going to be genotype. Who can tell me what is the genotype of the F1? We solve it right now. Who can tell me what is the genotype of the F1, the male and the female? What is the genotype? Yes, raising your hands. Yes, Colin.
So it's gonna be BW, capital B, small W.
Very good, very good. It's going to be BW. Thank you, Colin. It's going to be BW and BW. So here, the genotype. Then we move to the gametes. Gametes of the symbol gamma. So here gametes, what do we have? Here we have B and W. So whenever we have two, so 100% is going to be distributed over two. So we're going to have two different gametes. We're going to have B, and also we're going to have W. So here, B, it's 50%, and W small, it's 50%. Also, here in the female, we're going to have two different gametes, B and W. So B, which is 50%, and W, which is 50%. This is about the phenotype, genotype, and the gametes. Let's move now to the table of cross. The table of cross, first I have to draw it using a pencil for sure, and a ruler, not using my hand like Mr. Muhammad is doing right now. So using the box, this is the box, male and female, I have to divide it into two, and then I have to put male and female. So here we have B 50% and we have W small 50%. Also we have B capital 50% and W small 50%. So we're going to start like in math. Expand the first with the first and the first with the second. B cross with B is going to give B capital, B capital. 50 times 50 divided by 100. So 50 times 50 divided by 100, so it will be 25%. And here B cross with W will give BW and also 25%. Also we have BW times B is going to be BW, also it's 25%. And we have the last one, it's W small, 25%. How did you get 25? It's 50 times 50 over 100. So this is the 50%, 25%. And then we're going to move finally to the table of result. Table of result, we're going to put genotype and phenotype. So here, genotype and phenotype. Okay? Genotype and phenotype. So in genotype, what do we have? We have BB. It's 25%. And also, what do we have? We have BW. It's 25 plus 25, so it's going to be 50%. And finally, we have W small, 25%. So as a result, here, BB, who can tell me, what do you think, I need new voices here. I need Mariam. What do you think? BB is going to be what? Which color?
Black.
BW.
Mm,
Which one is dominant? The black.
What?
So BW, the black will dominate over the black. So the black will dominate over
Black.
the white, sorry. So both of them here, they will be black. It's
Black.
expressed in homozygous and heterozygous. This is the definition. So 25 plus 75, so 75% they are black.
Black mice.
And the rest, 25, is going to be white.
White.
Why? The white allele is recessive and expressed only in homozygous, as shown here. Here, they start to predict the results. So I don't say therefore results are verified. Let's move now. Thank you, Maria. Let's move now to the problem and the homework that you have before. So in this homework, what do we have? In the homework, we have a female cat with green eyes is crossed with a male cat having hazel eyes. All the F1 kittens obtained they had hazel eyes. All F1 they had hazel eyes. So here, yeah, let's see, Fadl Basma, what would you deduce from this cross? What can you deduce from this cross, ya Fadl? Yes, Fadl? What can you deduce from this cross? Fadl Basma, can you hear me? Okay, let's move to Jad. Jad Shahar, good morning. Good morning, Jad. Okay, that's good. So here, what can you deduce from this cross? I'm going to solve this. So after crossing the female cat with the green eyes with one having hazel, all the F1 they had hazel. So we have to say since all the F1 had hazel eyes, like one of the parents. So the hazel allele is dominant over the green allele, which is recessive. What is the type of this cross? The type of this cross is called a monohybrid cross. Parents are pure and they differ in only one trait. Designate by symbols. Which one is dominant? The hazel is dominant. So the hazel allele is dominant over the green allele, which is recessive. So let H capital be the symbol of the hazel allele, which is dominant over the green allele, which is recessive. And let G small be the symbol of the green allele, which is recessive with respect to the normal dominant allele. Part 4, perform the essential factorial analysis to verify the results. So first, let's solve parts 1, 2, and 3. Part 1, since all the F1 that had hazel eyes the same way, like one of the parents, so the parents are pure and the hazel allele is dominant over the green allele, which is recessive. What is the type of this cross? This is called a monohybrid cross, since the parents are pure and they differ in only one trait, which is the eye color. Part 3, let H capital be the symbol of the dominant hazel allele over the green recessive one, and let G small be the symbol of the green recessive allele with respect to the hazel dominant allele. Let's remember the steps of the factorial. First, phenotype. Second, the genotype. Third, the gametes. Four, table of cross. Five, the table of results. Let's start with the first part, which is about the table of cross. So the first one, you have to start with phenotype as usual.
Mr. Can I
Yes?
can I solve this question?
Yes, who's speaking best?
Nurjan.
Okay, Nurjan. Yeah, phenotype. First of all, the phenotype, yeah, Nurjan, for the male, cross with the female. Yes, Nurjan. The male, it was what? If you remember in the question, it has hazel eyes, right?
Hazel eyes.
Hazel eyes, very good.
Yes.
يلا خليكي معي. Hazel crossed with the female which has green.
Green eye.
Second step after the phenotype, what do we have to put? After phenotype?
Genotype.
Genotype, very good. So the genotype. Yeah, can you tell me the genotype of the parents? The male, they are pure. What the meaning of pure? They are homozygous. And the hazel is dominant. So what is the genotype of the hazel?
HH.
Very good. H capital, H capital. Very good. Crossed with the green, and they are also homozygous, but it's recessive. So it's going to be what? G small,
G small R.
G
Small.
small. Very good. So here G small and G small. Then we move to the gametes.
Yeah.
So gametes of symbol gamma. Gametes. What are the different gametes for the male?
Big H.
H capital, and the percentage is
100%.
very good. We don't have other than H, so it's H 100%. And the female,
G small 100%.
small g 100%. Very good. So now we move to what? To the table of cross.
Cross.
So this is the table of cross. I have to divide it like this. I have to divide it into male and female.
And female.
So the male has H capital 100%, and the female has G small, which is 100%. So what is the genotype? Is going to be GH or HG? What do you think, Norjan? GH or HG?
H.
Always we start with the dominant.
HG.
Very good. HG, 100%. So here we
100.
move lastly to the table of results. Table of results. So in the table of results, what do we have to do? We have to put genotype and phenotype. All of them, they are the same. All the
Phenotype.
steps, they are the same. So only study these steps, you can solve any exercise. Here we have genotype, and here we have the phenotype.
Pheno.
So here genotype, what do we have? Genotype, we have H capital,
HG
G small,
100%.
100%. So what will be the phenotype, yeah, Nurjan? 100%, they have what?
100% hazel eyes.
Have hazel eyes. Very good. So here they said to verify the results. What do we write at the end? Therefore,
Results are verified.
very good. Don't forget this whenever they said, therefore, results are verified. Therefore, results are verified. So remember, whenever they said to verify the results, you have to say, therefore, results are verified. Don't forget to write this. Now, let's continue with the part 5. Part 5, they ask you F1 crossed with F1. Wait a minute. Who can tell me what is the genotype of the F1? What is the genotype of F1 other than Nurjan and other than Colin? I need new voices here. Other than Nurjan and other than Colin. I need new hands here. Others, Hadi Fadlallah, Adam Yahya, Lana, Mahdi, Serin Bitar, Abbas Hashim, Yasmina, Yara Burji, Rim Farran, Ahmad Farran. I need you to participate here. So here, what is the genotype of the F1? Who can tell me? Who can give the genotype of the F1? What is the genotype of the F1? Yes, who knows this? What is the genotype of F1? Yes, Colin?
It's capital H and small g
It's
for one.
HG, very good. So here, whenever we cross F1 with F1, already we have the genotype. Okay, thank you, Colin. So let's move now to part 5. They said crossing F1 with F1. So what do we call this cross here, Mariam? Whenever we cross F1 with F1, what do we call it?
Self-cross.
Very good. Self-cross. When we cross F1 with F1, this is called a self-cross. So let's start here, Mariam. Yeah, start with me. First of all, in the factorial analysis, what do we start with what? With the
Phenotype.
phenotype. Okay. So male and female, both of them, they have what? Hazel or green?
Hazel.
Very good. Hazel. So hazel cross with hazel. Hazel eyes, it's crossed with hazel eyes. So both of them, they have hazel eyes. Okay?
Yes.
For the female. Second, we have the genotype.
Genotype.
Yes, the genotype already we calculate, we find it, and already we discover the genotype.
Yes.
What is the genotype of the male and the female? They have the same genotype.
HG.
HG, H capital, G small.
And small g.
Very good.
Letter.
H capital, G small, and here H capital, G small. Then we move to what? To the
Genotype with symbol.
gametes of the symbol gamma. This is the gamma, you have to write it. Okay? Thank you, Mariam.
Yes.
I'm going to give the chance for others. Thank you, Mariam. Alex, so here we started, we reached the gametes. So what do you think? How many different gametes can the HG give?
So you're asking me what different combinations we can get from the gametes.
Okay.
Well, we could start with the,
How many
we could
different
start
gametes
with
we can
the,
get? Here we have H and G. So we
So
have how
how-
many gametes? 2 different gametes.
two.
First one is H, and the second one will be G. How did
Yeah,
I find
G.
this? So you have, imagine that you have a box. Inside this box, you have 2 balls. Ball has the letter H, and ball has the letter
Yes.
G. What is the percentage to get the letter H? 50%.
The percentage, yeah.
Why the G
Yes,
also? It's
50%.
50%. Also, in the case of the female, we have 2 different type of gametes. H capital, 50%, and
50%.
what?
And then
G
G, not capital, also
50%. So both of them, they are 50%. Let's move now. After the
Yes.
gametes, we have to move to the table of cross. Table of cross sure should be drawn using a pencil and a ruler, and should be filled using a pen. So I have to divide
Yeah.
it like this, and I have to divide it into male and female. This is the male, and this is the female. How many gametes do we have in the male? We
Mhm.
have 2.
the
We
female.
have H, 50%.
Yeah, we have 2. And then the female, we also have 2.
Okay, great. So H 50% and the G small 50%.
The
And
G,
in the case
50%.
of the female, we have H 50%,
The same thing.
and also, yes, the same thing.
And G,
And G is
also
50%. Okay, and G is 50%. Sure, to be drawn using pencil. So let's start step by step. You have to cross it like in case of math. So H, it will be what? H capital, the percentage
100.
50 times 50
25.
divided by 100. So 50 times 50 to 1,500 divided by 100, or simply you can cross a 0 with a 0. So 5 times 5, it's 25%. Then H with the G. So first we
okay.
cross the first with the first, then we cross the first with the second. H and the G, we don't write GH,
H with the
right?
G, it should also be
HG.
25%.
Yes, it's 50 times 50 divided by 100, so
Because
it's
50
25.
divided by 50, yeah, it's 25%.
25%. And then GH, we start always with the dominant, HG,
It's 25%.
25%. And then last one, G times G,
Yeah.
it's a GG, and it will be
And then also H,
25,
yeah, GG, 25%.
25%. So here, the table of cross, what do we have in the table of cross? I'm going to draw it here, the table of cross, since to leave the answer in front of us. So the table of cross, here we have to write the genotype and phenotype. genotype and phenotype. So
Mhm.
sure, whenever you have to draw them, they should be organized and neat and using a pencil, not using my hand like Mr. Muhammad is doing right now. So here,
Yes, sir.
genotype, we have HH 25%. So this is HH 25%. Then we have others like HG. Thank you, Alex. HG. We have 25 plus 25. So
Mhm.
it's going to be 50%. So I add 25 plus 25. And finally, we have G small, G small. They are 25%. Abbas Hashim. Thank you, Alex. Abbas Hashim. Good morning. Abbas, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Okay, first of all, HH. What will be the color if it's HH? H is dominant or recessive?
HH.
Yes.
Mm. Black.
Black? We don't have a black here. We have
It's
either
visual.
hazel or we green.
No head.
HH, it's a hazel. So HH, it's hazel. And
Mm.
HG is also hazel, since the hazel is dominant over the green, which is the symbol of G. So both of them, 25 plus 50, they will
Mm.
be 75% having what? Having hazel
Hazel.
eyes. While GG, the green allele, is recessive and expressed only in the case of homozygous. So GG
Mm.
will be green. So 25% is going to be green. So these are the results of the self-cross of F1 with F1. So here we don't have to say therefore results are verified
Mm.
because they said to predict, not to verify the results. So these are the questions, and this is a very important question, and you are going to have a similar question in the quiz. So here we solve the questions and we solve the application in our session today.